Okay, I see that quite a few of you still have the homework to do from yesterday. So try to get that done before you watch this video because we're going to introduce the combined gas law. It's really a good idea to make sure that you get yesterday's homework done first. Okay, so we're going to start with the combined gas law, and it shouldn't be a surprise. The combined gas law is just all three of the previous gas laws put together into one formula. So you can manipulate all of these things at the same time. And in order to write it in its basic form, it's just going to be like the Boyle's law and the Charles's law and the Gay-Lussac's law all put into one. All right, so we've got more variables to manipulate in this equation than we had before. And so we'll need to be careful about that as we move along. But as the grid is, it makes everything a lot easier because all we have to do is fill in the numbers into the spots from the grid. And just a really quick check to make sure that your units match up, which sure looks like they do. So we're just gonna plug these numbers in and solve. So P1, it says, is 103, I think. It's really hard to read, but let's go with 103. So we'll mark that into the P1 location. So we've got 1.03 atmospheres times volume 1, which is 1.65 liters. Oh, no, sorry. I should have rearranged the equation first. I got ahead of myself. Well, that's okay. So what are we solving for? We're solving for V2. So in order to solve for V2, I'll rewrite the equation over here in this area. So V2 is going to stay put because it's in the numerator, and these two over here have to move over here. And in order to do that, we're going to need to flip them. So we're going to leave these guys right where they're at. So we can go P1, V1, T2, and T1 in its same location, and P2 like that. Again, if you're having a hard time rearranging equations, you need to reach out to me so I can walk you through it. It's not a big deal. Or talk to a friend. There's ways that we can get this done without you losing your mind. We just need to talk ourselves through it. Okay, so now I'm going to plug in the numbers, which turns out it's the same thing in this case. So we've got 1.03 ATM. Volume 1 is 1.65 liters. And T2 is 273 plus T2, which is 46. And then we'll draw our line, and we'll have T1 on the bottom, and that's 19, so that's 273 plus 19. And we'll multiply that by P2, and P2 is 0.92. All that will equal V2. Whew. Okay, same as before. If it's above the line, we're going to multiply it. And if it's below the line, we're going to divide it. So we'll want to, especially on your calculator, you're going to want to get all this solved first, save your number, and then solve this, and then take those two totals and divide them by each other. So I'm going to do that right now. Let me move this sort of up and out of the way so you can see my calculator screen. So we're going to take the 1.03 and the 1.65, and we'll save the subtotal there. And then we'll take the 273 and add it to the 46. And then we'll multiply those two numbers together. And I'm going to save this. So then I'll take my 273.19 plus, so that's added up. And I'm going to multiply it by the 0.920. And so now I've got my two numbers to divide against each other. And there you go. I get my answer, which is 2.018 liters. But if I go back to my problem, I've got two significant digits. So in that case, it's just going to be 2.0 liters. And that's equal to volume 2. So you guys are good to go. You should be able to rearrange and solve these equations. Again, if you're having trouble rearranging equations, reach out to me or reach out to somebody who can help you. Today's assignment and tomorrow's assignment, I'm just going to have you guys spread this out over the next 2 days because I know it's a lot of work. So you should try to get all of these done by Monday. And then on Monday, what we'll do is we'll start on 13 and work on some word problems and answer the question, what is STP? So there you go. You guys have some work to do, so don't neglect to get it done. Have a good weekend if I don't talk to you before then.